Hi everyone, my name is Maria Carmo, and today we are here in one more episode of Lovelace Academy. These episodes have been founded and found two of catalysts, and we are delivering as we go along. Today I have Patrick here. We're going to have a conversation and see how things are going for Patrick and the Cardano blockchain. How are you doing, Patrick?
Hello, thank you for having me. I'm doing very well. As I mentioned, it's very hot in Germany right now, but very well.
I know it's a little bit hot here in Dublin as well. I think it's a heat wave that is hitting us.
The thing, we're in the bear market, so now's the perfect time to just build and prepare, basically.
Yeah, I am an auto dev, so I would say it's the time to study, it's the time
Right.
to read, it's the time to see stuff. But sure, who is from the dev space would say, oh, it's time to build. So tell me a little bit more. What is the name of your company, what you do, and how you came to Cardano, and why you pick Cardano from all the blockchains that are out there?
Sure. Yeah, so I built a tool called NFTMAKER, or at least it was called NFTMAKER for a long time. We actually had a rebrand last week to NMAKER. And yeah, it's basically a tool to make the whole NFT creation process easier. So it was one of the very first minting tools on Cardano, which is very simple. Just upload an image and then you get an NFT out of it. And now it has evolved into much more than that. It's more about providing infrastructure basically to people who want to use Cardano and for who it might be too difficult to learn about all this different stuff, Plutus programming and the Cardano node and CLI and so on. So we take away all this like complexity and we make it very simple to build products on Cardano and integrate Cardano and NFTs into like real world products, basically. That's kind of the goal. And how I found out about Cardano was actually back in 2017, I invested into Bitcoin and many other coins. And then I learned about Cardano and I was very intrigued. And then I put my, I don't know, student money in there, maybe $50 or so. And then I kept following it for a while. And then at some point I thought, wow, this is really cool. And it's really shaping up to be something big. And then I decided to write my bachelor thesis about it because I'm a computer scientist. So I was intrigued by the technology. And then I don't know, I got soaked in kind of.
I love to listen to what you were saying because back then when we did our first interview, you're just starting out, but I think you have a huge journey in the Cardano community. You have been into Twitter space, an interview and talk with a lot of people. But tell me, what was the most challenging stuff building what you were building?
I would say there are many things that I learned along the way. One thing which was really challenging was scaling it up from just me, because I started with basically just me and Fahim, our designer, and we built like the small tool, and then we got a lot of success overnight basically, and then the idea was to make it bigger and build like a company around it and really build a real big thing around it. And then you have to hire people. I've never hired anyone before, right? So I had to learn that. And then I had to figure out, okay, how do you structure a team? How do you make sure that everything works, even with more people involved and stuff like that? And that is really difficult, actually. If you've never done that before, like I'm 24, I've obviously never built a company before, so that was quite challenging.
But I think the fact we are working online is also challenging because the majority of people I know from the Cardano community and people I deal every day and people I do business with, I never met them. It's not something, at the same time, it's hard because you need to work more hours and put more attention to it, but it's beautiful at the same time because we are making changes over the planet. Doesn't matter where you are, if you get together in a team, you can contribute.
Yeah, you're completely right. I think Corona and COVID, I mean, it kind of pushed into that direction too, that everyone is using Zoom now and everything is online. But it's very weird to build like a whole company. Like I've never met most of my employees or the people that I work with daily, and that's very strange. So I really appreciate all the events that are happening now with Cardano. Consensus was recently, and then CNFTCon is coming up, and then I think a few other events. And there you really meet the people in real life, and that's just very, very important as well.
So are you going to be in these events? I think something is coming up in America.
Yeah, I'm going to be at CNFTCon and at Rare Bloom. I think those are like the two big Cardano conventions, basically.
Now that you're here for a while and that you got all the challenge and figure out the pieces of technology, what would you do different if you were starting today?
Oh, I would do a lot of things differently. I think there are a lot of like product decisions that I would do differently, like focus on different things. At the beginning, I was new to this, and then all these different opportunities arise, and everyone wants to kind of work with you, and you have like all these amazing stuff, and you want to do all at once, but that just doesn't work. You can't do everything at once. You need to figure out like, what am I good at? What do I want to do? And then just keep doing that and not be distracted by anything just because it sounds cool in the first second. So focus. I would put much more time into focusing, basically.
And how big is your team today? You said you start yourself. How big is the team today internationally?
It's like 24 people.
24 people. It is challenging. Well done.
Thank you.
And would you like to share the first site of your new website, your rebranding, or whatever you would like to share to us?
So as you can see, it's not called NFTMAKER anymore, but instead it's called NMAKER. We also have a token that is called NMAKER, and it's just a little bit more, not only NFTs, but everything else as well. So it's a little bit more generalizable. And the idea is that we really focus, as I mentioned before, we don't do that much stuff anymore, but we focus on our strengths. And one of the strengths is, of course, NFTMAKER Pro, which it was previously called. Now it's called NMAKER Studio. And there the idea is just to make it as accessible as possible, like blockchain development, make it as accessible as possible. So you can, as a developer, but also as a person who has never written any, line of code before, you can just register and you can launch your own NFT collection. You can integrate that into your own product, stuff like that. And then, yeah, we have another few pillars which are interesting. We have NMAKERPAY, which is kind of like a PayPal checkout system in a way, PayPal-like checkout system. So it's like a standardized way to buy NFTs with all the wallets, but also with fiat integration. So you can buy with your credit card, which I think is really cool. And we have, what else do we have, which I can show you? We have a paper wallet where you can easily just generate a wallet by clicking on it, and you can, that's quite cool because you can onboard people more quickly. We have an agency part to it. So we helped many projects in the space launch their own NFT collections. So we helped Martin Lawrence, for example, to launch his own NFT collection on Cardano. And we helped fractionalize Andy Warhol's on the Cardano blockchain. And yeah, and then many more things are basically happening. But that's kind of what we do now. And if you're interested, just go to nmaker.io, nmkr.io. I guess that's it.
I think the website is very cool. One thing I would like to ask you, how did the partnership with Martin Lawrence come around? How did it happen?
Yeah, so we're actually very close with Josh from IOG and with IOG in general. And we helped them mint a lot of NFTs in the past. And we actually have a signed partnership agreement with them. So basically, Josh came to me and said, we have Martin Lawrence here. He wants to do an NFT collection on Cardano. Do you want to get on board? And then I said, okay, let's do it. And then we spoke with their team, like with Martin's team, and we decided, okay, it's a good fit. And then the cool thing about it was that we had a lot of creative freedom in the whole process. So instead of just launching, 10,000 NFTs, make as much money as possible for Martin as quickly as possible, we decided to really make something unique, and we made like only 30 NFTs with actual utility. They acted as tickets for entry to a red carpet showing event in Hollywood. And those were all very high priced and very high value and very unique. So they were all one-of-ones, and we picked basically 5 artists from the Cardano space and 5 artists from outside the Cardano space. So we brought in new people, and we helped the people that were already there. And I think that was really cool because we just had a lot of freedom to help Martin's team to decide on what they want to do, basically.
It was very cool. Well done.
Thank you.
Listen, is anything else would you like to address? Anyone in the community that has been helping your journey to get here? Everybody says that the Cardano community is amazing. Do you have anything to say about it?
It is amazing. It really is amazing. It's been, I've gotten a lot of support in the past, and I've been fortunate to meet, the most cool people in the space, like you, for example, and also, Alessandro, Adam Dean, everyone kind of I talk to, and it's so nice to speak with those people and be like learn from them. The community can also be a little bit, what do you call it, stressful sometimes when things go wrong. We just had a big drama last weekend on Twitter, but that's how it is. That's how communities work, and the only thing you can do is just appreciate the people that you have a good connection with, and then build and build and try to make it better and be authentic in a way. And yeah, that's what I try to do.
I like the phrase that Charles always say, let's agree to disagree. It's
True.
important because you disagree, but you disagree in respectful way. So it's a kind of win-win. We are all learning all around.
Yep. Thank you.
So Patrick, thank you very much for your time to be here and talking to us. And I wish all the best in your journey. See you soon.
Thank you.